singing to you softly far into the night. I won't mind playing peekaboo for hours to see that look of wonder, wonder and delight. Soon they'll be asking, where is baby's nose? Where is baby's shoe? Where is baby's hat? Clever little boy, they'll say, Lizzie taught him that. I won't mind reading you a story, quacking like a duck, chirping like a bird. I won't mind when you ask me to repeat it till you can say it with me, knowing every word. You needn't worry if there's chocolate on your hands, jelly on your face, porridge on my skirt. Run to me and I'll be there to hold you when you hurt. They'll say until Lizzie can't say no. They'll say until Lizzie's spoiling you. They'll say until Lizzie's wrapped around your finger. I'll say yes, it's true. I won't mind knowing that your mother showers you with kisses, bakes your favorite bread. I won't mind when I see your father lift you and swing you to his shoulders high above my head. They may be busy, I can take you skating, I can take you sledding, flying down the hill. If they won't build a snowman, Auntie Lizzie will. They'll say Auntie Lizzie holds too tight. They'll say Auntie Lizzie can't let go. They'll say Auntie Lizzie's really not your aunt anyway. You'll say no, that isn't so. In my heart I will keep a secret, foolish little secret, hidden from the rest. In my dream you're my own, my very own, and I blanket you with love as I hold you to my breast. Lizzie, he's not yours. Lizzie, in his life, your part is very small. But if one day a toy should break, or maybe playing patty cake, you call me Mama by mistake. I won't mind at all.
That was nice to make music together.
After so long.
It's been entirely too long.
Oh. Hello, everyone. Okay, I just need to calm down a little bit from that.
The song is rough.
Oh, hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Grace Cho. I am co-founder and executive director of the New Orchestra of Washington. And this is the Now Show, hosted by me and Robin, with the special guest Marlissa today. The Now Show is a podcast meets a talk show meets a concert. So we're gonna talk today a lot, and we're gonna sing and play, and we're gonna just open up, laugh, and try not to cry.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah, Robin,
Well,
take it
thank
from
you.
here.
I'm so happy. Welcome everybody to episode 2. This is really exciting. Prior to us starting today, the exciting thing for me is that I flew in on the red eye this morning at 3 a.m. So I'm a little tired, but music, that's all I have to say. My name is Robin Faye Massie. I'm a violist. I'm a mom, a single mommy. I'm also a nurse, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce the one and only Marlissa Hudson, the coloratura soprano of all. And if I can say a few words about her, if you read her bio, it reads as if it's a hodgepodge of careers, but it's one woman. She's a superwoman. She's a single mother who holds it down for her brilliant son. He's beautiful. He's a beautiful reflection of her, and yet he's his own person. Marlissa has sung with the St. Louis Symphony. She has sung with Baltimore Pops, Baltimore Symphony Pops. She was educated at Duke University and Johns Hopkins Peabody Institute. And that's just a shade of who she is. Those are accolades on paper. She's so much more than that. She's a businesswoman and entrepreneur. She started her own consulting company. And I think it's funny that it's called Red Tent, because I always, whenever I see her, I see a red tent, because she's a covering. She covers her son. She covers us. Her voice is so warm, even if it's in the rafters. So I'm trying not to cry, but when I first met you, my dear, I have to go there.
We are going there already.
We had lunch, and I felt like I've already known you for 10 years. Why is this just now happening? So thank you for being with us.
Oh, you all, this is such an honor to be able to be in communion with you, essentially. We are, yes, we're singing and playing and making music, but I hope you all get a sense of the energy that's being exchanged, because there is a mutual, not just respect and love, we are lifting each other as we go. So hopefully, they threw some questions in that if I'd read the sheet more carefully, I would have known we're coming, but we're about to absolutely go there.
We're coming for you.
Apparently.
We're coming for you, yes. So here we are. How was your Mother's Day, by the way? It's Mother's Month.
Mine was perfect. I'm not a big gifts person. I really wanted, because it's just another stressor for my son to have to go get me something. I just wanted time, because that I am, as I get older, I'm finding to be the most precious of my commodities. And he just finished his AP exams and was just, we were both beat down. So I said, can we just sit for a minute? We went to one of my favorite places for dinner and hung out and watched movies, and I was in heaven.
That sounds like a great Mother's Day.
That's perfect.
Yeah, no, my husband forgot. I'm just gonna say, Alex, because you did it the day before, but then like I got
so I'm gonna
got
vouch for
flowers
you.
the next day.
I got his
so
back.
And yeah, but you know that's life. How was your Mother's Day?
Like Marlissa, my Mother's Day was beautiful. It was perfect. I had morning yoga. My brother, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. My brother lives about 10 minutes from me. And so he and his wife sent breakfast to our door. Who does that?
That's not
I
a
was
thing.
like,
Oh
that's
my
really
God.
romantic, and I would love for someone to do that. And he did it. He did it.
Brothers are the best.
Brothers are the
My
best.
brothers are the best.
It was awesome. So we had breakfast already there. I went to my yoga class and felt so wonderful. Came back and I had dinner with my mom and with Samara, and it was just gorgeous. We were outside. It was 80 degrees and hot, and
You're making me so jealous.
I'm-
At least
I'm
it's
just
finally
saying.
warm here, but it
But
was
it was
not.
actually cold.
It was
It was
freezing.
cold
Oh, I
Mother's
was
Day
so
here.
salty.
oh, I'm so
It was
glad I wasn't-
cold.
no, I'm just playing.
But you know, I'm so glad you guys all got a chance to really like relax and have some time, because God knows it's been a hard year, and I mean more than a year, half a year and a half, 14 months.
Yeah.
How I even
Lo-
lost
Too
count.
long? How's
Yeah,
that?
so long. I
The
mean,
longest, shortest year of all of our lives.
right? Yeah. Oh my God. Do we need to go there? How difficult was it? How difficult was it? We all work. We all have a child at varying. My
That's right, you do all
son
have one.
is 5. Your daughter is
She's 14.
14. Your son
And Huds is 17.
17.
That's crazy. He's a whole man.
He's a whole man. How tall is he?
He's like 5'8".
He looks so much taller
Boy
than
has legs for days. And he's just an old soul anyway. So even at 5, like his nickname was Grandpa from age 3 to 6. I am not kidding. But for us, it was actually a bit of a mixed blessing, recognizing that for a lot of students, it was like hell on earth. It was his junior year, which, is the most difficult, and
wow.
we're on all the grades. This is for all the chips. So for him to be able to study at home, he had actually more time.
Really?
Because if he'd been in school, he would have had to go to all his activities,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't get home till 7, 8 o'clock, and then you have to study for 4 hours.
Right.
So for him, it was pretty, I'm not going to say easy, because the isolation's terrible.
Yes.
But in terms of his outcomes, and for me, because my consultancy, I stopped having to go into DC for meetings. I was actually able to take on more clients.
Wow.
So my business really boomed. But I haven't really talked about it publicly because everybody's like, this is horrible. And it is, like, the isolation's bad, but my whole business model has changed. The only thing was really lamenting was not having this.
Yes.
Not making music
This is
with
heaven. This is
with other
heaven.
human beings. But how about you, Robin?
It's been tough. I mean, as a nurse, I'll start there. I mean, I started in the emergency room, so I
Good
was
Lord.
taking care of people as COVID was, the germination of COVID
Right.
and then actual explosion.
You were at the war zone.
Yeah, literally, and it felt like I was going to war every night, and I still wake up at 2 in the morning on the dot worrying about someone specific. So if PTSD is a thing, which it is,
It is a
with
totally,
caregiving, that's where it is for me. But on the flip side, moving to Atlanta has been a continuation of the isolation, but it's been more of an incubation. For Samara and I, we create, we love to explore. This is I've never lived this far south of the Mason-Dixon line. So we just I call it Adventure Saturdays, and we go and explore the beauty of the land. I saw a snapping turtle for the first time. I thought it was cute, and I told people about it. They were like, "You're lucky you didn't
Those
touch
are
it."
dangerous.
I thought it was
Yeah.
cute.
I
was
don't
like,
even
"It's a
know what
turtle."
it
No,
is.
they're huge.
It's
and they're,
gigantic. It looks like a basketball. I
Oh
was like,
my.
"It's so
you
cute."
they can snap bones. You don't want to.
Whoa, okay.
So I'm learning simplicity, I think, during this time, and reflection with a budding teenager.
You both
Yeah.
have teenagers.
It's
It's crazy.
I mean, and I read about how difficult this whole isolation is for. I mean, it's hard for teenagers to, in normal
Exist.
times. Yeah, to exist in normal times. But now, and they look up to you because they don't have their friends.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, and something I've been thinking about a lot, and I had like a little bit of anger in me, which if you know me is really rare. I was like, why am I mad? I feel like I've been angry with music
oh,
for like a year and some change because I realized if I hadn't had the consultancy and music was still my sole means of making a living, I would be in so much trouble right now. Like, what does that mean for musicians? Like, because I didn't marry wealthy, I didn't have, because most of us are hand to mouth anyway, even in the best of times. And what does that mean moving forward?
Yeah. I mean, so you know, it's hard, and you two are single mothers, so that's hard. And I can't even. I mean, I've got at least another adult. Although my son is at 5, he's like hands-on. He needs someone there all day. So we are exchanging our days. At the beginning, we were just on this military schedule to get things done and be with our son and just not to go mad. And but I cannot imagine doing that alone. So that is, and May is AAPI Heritage Month, and we've gone through this sort of reckoning in this country, and we're all raising children of color.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? I mean,
yeah, we have to.
Yeah. So throughout all this, how much do you talk with your Samara and Hudson about what's going on?
If it's an ongoing conversation. I will say, if I may speak on behalf of Black people across the country, from the moment you are birthed, you are already aware of your Blackness. You're already aware that you're different. You're already aware that you have an uphill battle in this country, in terms of opportunities, in terms of equity. We won't even go there. But what I will say is that raising a girl is so different in some ways than raising boys. You both have boys. And my heart not only goes out to my AAPI brothers and sisters at this time, it goes out to all of my world family, because we're all suffering. I think that's what COVID showed us, is that we are all suffering. And if there's anything that leveled the playing field, it's this pandemic. And yet, even in the midst of this pandemic, we still see disparities. Looking at India, looking, at other countries, and they're struggling to get an oxygen tank. Right. We're struggling to have a hospital bed. And these are things that make me angry. These are reasons why I feel so blessed. I just wake up every morning and I just say, thank you, God. I look at both of you with sons. It's hard enough to have a little girl, but to have a Black boy at this time. And I'm trying not to cry because I'm very passionate about this, but the value of human life.
I think we never understood that pain. As I'm putting sort of myself as like mom of a child of a color, but it's there's a difference between having a Black son. And I never understood that until this year, and seeing some of these interviews. And actually, I never knew that you have the conversation when they grow at to a certain age, and I never knew that.
Well, if I can be honest, I asked my kiddo when it was around George Floyd. I was like, are you good? Like, how are you holding up? He seemed fine. He's like, I'm okay. I'm wondering where everybody was, 4 years ago. Okay. When Trayvon Martin got killed, I'm wondering where everybody was. I hope he's okay with me sharing this, but I think he was. He said it publicly. He's like, and I appreciate all of the calls of concern. He's like, but I've had years to digest this. I mean, we crack jokes constantly because so much of this just isn't funny. So I bought him his first set of like Patagonia gear, and we call it his police protection. I was like, because I always made him wear, like, he goes to private school. We're privileged. Like, I'm not pretending like we're, and I was like, make sure they can see the logo of your school. Like, if you're going for a run, I don't want you, and God forbid you never have a hood up.
Oh.
And this was before.
Right.
Like, I've always known. I mean, and one of my brothers is a police officer, so we talked to him, not in St. Louis, about how to behave, but knowing that some things are just out of your locus of control. And I think as moms, that's probably the hardest thing to digest. Right. That we can't control all the variables.
Because we want to just protect. We want to put that red tent over.
The red tent over.
Red tent.
Like forever. But but it is not possible. And at some point we need to we need to let go of that control, which is hard.
I know we
It's-
have the same.
Yeah, it's hard to let go of that control, but this has been, and you're right. It's nothing new. It's just that the rest of the world
It's catching up.
like catching
Right.
up.
And as they say now, it hits different. That
Yeah,
it
right.
just hits differently. Like this is a time, at such a time as this, that we can all feel it. The rest of the world is quiet, and we can listen. And I think I've always had a happiness about COVID. Not that I enjoy what's going on, but I love the fact that we can all recede and reflect on what's happening and see people. One of the things that I struggle so hard to teach or to exemplify with Samara is see people. Just see them. You don't have to say anything all the time, but if you see something, then you can do something.
Because everyone has their story.
Everybody
Everyone is
has a
fighting
struggle.
their battle, their
Yes.
war. We don't know all that stuff, all the layers.
Yes.
But you just have
Yes.
to walk in understanding that you do not make that superficial judgment.
Yeah, and we actively look for opportunities to be a blessing to
Yes.
people. I mean, I have to tell you, even in my darkest hours with everything happening between COVID and, post George Floyd, I had a friend ask me to go to coffee. Obviously, we're social distance with masks. And she looked at me. She's not black, I'll say that, and was like, we're going to help. Here's what I can offer.
Wow.
And what she put out there, I can't tell you, like, as a mom, you start to feel like you're alone in it. And when one person is like, I will use my power and influence to keep your son, she's like, your son is my son. We will show up, a bunch of white moms in pajamas, if something happens. She's like, do not play with us. Like,
Right.
he is part of our village. And I slept better that night than I
Wow.
had in.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that beautiful
I know, now we gotta go.
Because I needed that. Before then, moving into the next discussion, let's just, because, when you're in that place, in that dark moment, we need the village,
Yes.
we need we need each other, and we need music. Let's sing some songs right
do
here.
it.
Yeah.
Lord, I just can't keep from crying sometime. Lord, I just can't keep from crying sometime. When my heart is full of sorrow and my eyes are full of tears, Lord, I just can't keep from crying sometime. Lord, I fold my arms and cry sometime. Lord, I fold my arms and cry sometime. When my heart is full of sorrow
So how do we get out of that? I think the best way is just to like shift gear here because that was deep stuff.
Woo! Y'all set that up perfect, the conversation, because sometimes there's nothing else you could do.
Right.
And I think, for somebody like me who's become a type A personality, I have it all planned and plotted. And I was like, I've got resources, I've got time, but sometimes...
No. Just, you
gotta let it go.
Cry
let
a
it
good
go.
cry,
Yes.
and then you move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just pivot and move forward.
Right. Right.
Adjust.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we talked about the challenges of single motherhood and the COVID, challenges of the life and life itself. And I'm glad that my friend Robin is here, because who's like the eternal optimist.
Like always.
Yeah,
she makes me seem like Eeyore, which is hard to do.
And it's, the thing is like, if Robin, if asked like challenges, like you just lay it down and
I'm ready now.
It'll be all there. It'll be all there. It's not like she's never had a suffering, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're staying positive and seeing the silver lining. And it's like, it's hard to do.
She's just the embodiment of an indomitable spirit.
That's why I keep her around.
I just believe that we, with our intentions, we can guide our lives. God gives us life every day. It's a blessing. But what do I do with that? And it makes it
I'm
easy.
sorry, I'm about to absolutely cut you off because what y'all don't realize, like her joy comes from a well that most of us
that
can't.
well is deep.
That's what I was about to say. Most of us can't begin to fully comprehend. And I'm always saying that she is a lightning rod for the emotional health of people around her. Oh, it's facts. Because like my favorite thing to do is when we get to do coffee, I want to come in early and watch what happens when she interacts. Oh, I'm telling you. Because people either love her or they
can't stand me.
So mad.
So many people.
She's like, good morning. And they're like, this bitch. like she doesn't even, she just has to stand there and exist. And I'm like, okay, they've got issues. I'm like, I don't want you to make my food. And then
it's all energy. It's all
energy.
But you know what? If they have problems, it's their problem.
It's
their problem.
legitimately there.
Yeah. You ladies are gonna make me cry. I've already been like holding back tears.
I've got a perfect topic to get you out of your crying.
Perfect.
Tell me about your dating scene.
Oh.
Lord, I just can't keep from crying. Speaking of dating.
Because like why do we? Like we're talking about single motherhood here, so it's not the now show if we don't get into the dating scene here. And like I'm a committed relationship, so just
hold it down for us, girl.
That's right.
Hold
it's
it
beautiful.
down.
Enjoy that.
Just keep them here for this.
It's awesome.
Yeah, Robin, what is your dating life like as a
What
single?
is the real
That's
reason
a great
for
question.
the move to?
Well, I would like to plead the fifth as well. But what I will say is that I have learned at this stage in my life, there is nothing that will come between me and peace.
All right. Okay,
Peace
now.
is my red tent, okay?
Right.
And Samara, my child, she comes first. Which means, am I dating? No. However, I am not opposed to dating, but I don't want to sacrifice the time that I have with her to entertain nonsense. I'll just say that.
Right.
And if I could sort of deviate from that, there's
Good morning.
good morning, okay? There is a wonderful article that I came across, and just the title alone, you don't even have to read it. The title says, it's from 2016, from a website called Motherly, and it's called Why Single Moms Don't Date and Why They Probably Should.
I'm ready now.
We know it's important as mothers to have adult time, to speak with other humans who are in your life circle and can relate to you. It's also great to talk to tiny humans. I love tiny humans. But the way we relate to men, the things that we do differently, the way, like, you know what? Maybe I should take off these yoga pants. Maybe I should like try. Maybe I'll try a little harder.
I mean, I've never heard anybody complain about you in yoga pants, Boo. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna go too far down that hole. But
Okay,
let's just say I've had a couple nice little dates. They're cute. And we're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it light and peaceful. It's a
Yeah.
pandemic. We're bringing in the light.
I'm actually, because y'all, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm dating.
Yay!
Yay!
This is super duper new.
Sorry,
This is
she's
so
taken.
Super duper new. But I will say, I am optimistic. And I'm in a different place. My son is 17.
Yes.
And if you all knew Hudson, he's been encouraging me to date. He's like, Mom, you sacrificed so much. You deserve
Oh
your
my
happiness. Like, go find it. And he's been with me through I don't know how many first dates.
Oh.
And when
So you talked to him about?
oh my God, I want him to know.
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
hit the door, he's like, how was it?
That's
And
so
then like
great.
we debrief.
Yes. I
Um,
love that.
And it's been amazing. And even though this person I'm dating, I think it's super new, I am learning some really important things about my time, what I
Yes.
need, and who is, I don't even want to say worth it, but where the energies, actually I do want to say worth
Yes.
it, and where the energies are right.
Yes.
Because, I mean, there was somebody who I was dating for a while before who on paper,
Perfect.
perfect. Like,
Right.
check, done and done. And I was like, why am I patently
That doesn't-
unhappy?
Yeah, but
Like,
but you know, when there were times where we would look for that in the sort of like the husband material,
It's stability.
you know.
Yeah.
But now that you're like at this stage, it's not about the check marks anymore.
and can I keep it really real, y'all, for a second?
Yeah,
Keep
please.
it all the
keep
way.
it,
Keep
keep
it
it
all the way 100.
Okay. As I have found what I will call financial liberation,
Praise God.
I really don't need, not
I mean, that is it. That is it. You don't need.
I
you don't
don't
need the man
need-
to provide.
It's unnecessary, but what I want is companionship. But the freedom, oh God, if I could talk to every woman and tell her to go after one thing, it would be your financial freedom, because the glasses come off. You're like, oh, he's not. What was I? Because he had a great job. It seemed like, okay. And now you realize, because you don't need that job, you're like, oh, you're not even what I wanted. So I'm even more confident in the way I'm dating now. And this person who I mean, it's literally been one date.
It doesn't matter.
But we've got the
Right.
second one planned.
That's so beautiful.
But I see him.
yes, girl, that's a whole sermon.
Yeah, and I mean, to be frank, I could stay with a date. Like, getting a date has never been a challenge for me. Say what you will, but it's
I don't
finding,
doubt that.
Yeah.
I'm actually more. I was curious. Why are you single?
Oh,
girl,
That
that's
was
a-
the.
that's
That was
a
a question.
thesis.
Like, I
That
mean,
is
like,
a thesis.
That's a thesis, and we can go there.
I don't know if I want.
Because like, I mean, are they in line outside and you're just not opening the door? What is going on?
But like, you first, ma'am. I think, where do I start? There's a couple of ways to think about it, right? I've met some great people. I'm not saying like every dude I dated is a dog and he's terrible, but I am looking for something unique.
Yes.
I want a lasting.
Fit.
Yes.
I want, you know what I want? The way I have it with my best girlfriends, like that plus the man intimacy. I don't know if I can cuss. That plus that. But friendship is critical.
It is.
Right.
And I think sometimes even when you have great chemistry with a man, it can mess that up because you
Yes.
don't see until 3-6 months,
Right.
and you're like, you're really not a great person.
Yes.
But because I thought you were hot at the time, like my glass, again, it was foggy. Now I'm wiping them.
But let's actually talk about friendship too, because I think I read somewhere in the some sort of article about finding friends and keeping them, and the work that goes behind it.
Yes.
And it's almost like dating scene in itself.
Oh, yeah.
In that, like, you have to think about making that first move,
Yes.
and then making it into the second and third, and like it takes work.
It does.
But I think also I'm at the place in my life where obviously, I mean, I'm not like looking for a date because I've got one at home, but
Brilliant husband.
But-
Yes.
Oh,
even though he forgot
was like, that's gonna
Mother's
come
Day,
back up.
he will never. Just Alex, just letting you know that he
we
will.
love you.
Yeah.
We will send
I
you
will
a
bring
calendar
that to my
reminder.
but but finding a friend, girlfriend, we can go and have glass of wine and talk about how my husband forgot Mother's Day, and it is so important. It's so important
It
that
is.
I am putting my time and energy.
Yes, I think that goes along with being a whole person. I think a lot of times we, not just women, but people, we approach dating as if I'm going out to look for something. Feed yourself. You've got to find your joy. You've got to find what you're passionate about. You have to educate yourself. What do I love? What is it in this world that I can fix? What gifts do I have?
Girl, what
when
gifts can you give?
Yes,
Yes, 'cause
when you have a gift, you give it away. Like,
Yes.
what do I have to contribute to someone else's life?
You'll
and then
attract-
reciprocally, I can receive because I'll have my heart open. I'm all
Right.
about open heart. That's
Right.
part of even the stone that I'm wearing. It's about opening your heart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And who
right.
you attract. I think
Right.
when you're not whole and when you're not healthy and happy, you bring that to you.
Exactly.
And I have a rule, like if I see a pattern, 3 data points make a trend. If I find the same issues in a guy 3 times, I'm like, oh, that's me. That's not
That's
them,
deep.
that's me. So then I have to pause, figure out what in me is manifesting that, and then start again.
Right. But all of this conversation is amazing because I don't think it doesn't matter how many glasses of wine you share with your friends. This is not possible
Yeah.
at certain times, like in your 20s, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
And it comes with finding clarity
Yes.
about yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's the understanding of who you are.
And whose you are.
Amen.
It's put those together, Lord. And I'm not even, I mean, I grew up very Christian. I don't know what I am now, but I know that energy creates
Yes.
and shapes and moves.
Yes.
And understanding the sacrifices that my ancestors made
Yes.
for me to be here, it's frankly overwhelming.
It is.
Like my mother, both her parents were dead at 19, by the time she was 19.
Wow.
She was raising her 2 younger siblings while trying to go through school.
Wow.
And from there to here,
to hear in one generation.
nobody can tell me what's not possible
Right.
because I've seen it.
And if I can piggyback off of that point, you, when Marlissa sang with the St. Louis Symphony, there are a series of photos that you shared with your mother. The look on her face to see her daughter in this gorgeous red gown in this grand, foyer of this major concert hall. I didn't know your mom's story, but I could feel her story. Like just seeing those photos, I want to cry right now because that's the sacrifice of a mother.
Right.
And that's what we're
Yeah.
doing. You're feeding Hudson. He's
With
just
that,
watching.
Yeah, with
you
that
know?
love and that that newfound depth of being. But this reminds me of that difficult time of my life, which is right after giving birth. And I marveled at this point, looking back, I marveled at the power of nature, power of the greater, God or whatever you believe in, because people don't really tell you about all this, but just like literally the days after you give birth, you are like completely stripped off of your
Yes.
dignity, any sort of ego, dignity, self identity you may have before that. It's like nature knows it must come off.
Yes.
And you're just gonna do that. We're just gonna do that to you, whether you want it or not. And it's like you're just. I remember looking at the mirror. It was like a second day, and I look hideous. I mean, at least when you're pregnant, your belly is kind of
Oh, girl, we don't
cute
even
and
talk about
perky,
that.
but once that baby's out, it's
You're like,
just
what is
sex into this hideous position with,
Why
you
are
know,
you still here,
yeah,
friend?
yeah. I mean, the baby's out, and there is just a whole lot of stuff with the
Like,
just.
did somebody get
Like,
trapped?
is there gravity working harder there? Why are you in this position? You used to be up here at least.
Now everything
And
is-
it's,
yeah, man.
I look hideous, and I'm looking for my diaper, and I'm just gonna say that. And I'm bloated, and I'm
In
like
pain.
pain. I
Everything
can't
hurts.
sleep. The baby's crying, and I'm like, and I try to,
You gotta try
you
to
know,
poop.
feed
It's
the baby.
horrible. It's
Yeah, it's
horrible.
never.
Nobody talks about that.
No, you're never comfortable
Never.
within your organs, and
Moving.
yeah,
Everything's in a different place.
right, yeah.
It's in a different place.
Everything got moved around, and they're trying to come back, and we're just like, you know, in some dirty public bathroom trying to feed that baby and all that stuff, and it's sort of like it's forcefully just sort of like making you naked out of
Yes.
your identity.
Ego gone.
Ego gone, dignity and ego gone. But that's when Mother Nature starts on her work to build you up, rebuild,
Yeah.
rebuild. And I feel like it's an opportunity because you get to build it, and you get to actually be a part of that process. Because when you're you know, the human yourself is being built at a young age, it's kind of built by someone, or it's more circumstantial. You are being built. You don't build yourself actively,
Yeah.
but you get that chance, right? And you're actively participating. You're aware of your dark places. You're aware of your shorts and your strengths, and you get to work on it.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
That is hope. That's the hope that we have after destruction, after things are obliterated. They're just pieces, and it's an opportunity, as you said, to rebuild. And what do you rebuild
I
with the
feel-
pieces that you have?
Yeah. I feel like we need to sing some more.
yeah, it's a moment.
I'm
to,
sitting
like,
this one out. I'm gonna let y'all do what you do.
Fine.
Night comes, Madonna, clad in as rain her mouth, and deep her eyes, she lights her stars, and turns to where beneath her silver lamp the moon upon a couch of shade lies. of what my son shall be. Dream of what my son will be. In 20 years and one. When you are to manhood grown, and all your manhood ways are known, then shall I wistful try to trace the child you once were. In your face.
I don't know how you guys do that without crying. I mean, I always tell singers, how do you guys do that?
My voice teacher used to threaten me back in the day. Like, she's like, this is not about you. So you are a vessel. This is not your moment. Like, if you cry, it becomes about you. No, that is not. We're professionals.
That is the answer.
Yeah.
But
I
is
saw
it
a
the
chick.
answer?
A chick
Is it
was-
the answer?
I mean,
though?
but
no.
the thing is, like, we're
disagree.
humans, you know, how do you, like, block emotional part?
You
How-
channel it.
How
You
do you
channel it.
compartmentalize?
You are a vessel, yes. That's the thing. But I totally disagree that we cannot bring ourselves into our music. I think that's part of the problem with classical music. And I won't go there too far, but
Episode 3.
that's
No,
episode 3.
Yeah, no, save
But
it, save it.
Let us not take ourselves out of our performances. That's
Yeah,
all
you
I'm
have to
saying.
be. I think for me, my performance life changed when, one, I realized it isn't about me, it's through me.
Yes.
And for that to happen, I have to be vulnerable.
Yes.
There is me, but it's what's come out before that. It's not about.
It's not
but
about
it's
me.
through. Yeah.
Me and we, kind of like the
Yeah.
whole situation we're in right now.
Yeah, we got a journey together.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know what it is about today's performance. It's just like it's getting me all the way. I mean, I'm feeling all the feelings,
Yep.
and I think it's the talk. And there's just like, it's literally the first time I'm doing live music making
Yeah.
with like breathing together and looking at each other's eyes. In itself is already very emotional. And then we're talking about our sons and daughters and the experience of birth. It's like,
COVID,
yeah,
like, we run the
COVID
gamut, racism, and
Oh my goodness.
watching our
yeah.
AAPI
I think I'm
brothers
gonna just
and
cancel my
sisters.
therapist.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine broke. I've only had one session. This woman broke me down to the studs. You hear me?
Oh, I need her number.
Oh my God. I was like, life is good. I don't need a therapist. I'm just getting somebody now for the when things happen.
And then
And then I was like, never mind. I'm in so much pain. It was incredible. No, I mean, I want that for everybody.
Yes. Can I say one thing on that point that you both really touched on? I think it's important that we all have safe spaces in relationships. And Grace, you were so, just so open when you shared that, you know, having girlfriends too is important, as important as it is to find a mate. And your mate doesn't necessarily have to be of the opposite sex. That's not the point. The point
the
is your
companion.
partner.
yeah.
But having friends who pull you out of yourself, you both do that with me very well. And I'm so grateful because even in my yellow happy bubble, my happy yellow bubble as I call it, I need someone to look for me too. And
But
you.
see, those are the kind of people we need to
yes.
just
Well,
like call
thank
in
you.
and check in.
Thank
Yeah.
you. But
Actually,
you both
guys
do that.
Yeah, I need
You
to do
both
better.
do
but
that. And
yes.
I have a few other friends who do that regularly with me, and I'm like, I'm all right. No, but are you all right, Robin?
Right.
You know, is anyone all right?
Actually, I would say if we accomplished anything today through this episode, if I would say to the listeners or the viewers, just check on someone who look okay to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're all trying to hold it together.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
some are just putting on a better mask.
Right.
And I do a good sort of, but I've been starting to, like share my pains with other people, and it definitely makes it better, because we're all in it together. We're all just like, it's a village.
Yeah.
Well, and in fairness, don't you think some of it's because as mothers too, you learn to subjugate
Yes.
your needs and feelings, and if you actually put yourself first, you're now the villain in the story.
Yeah. That's what we've been told.
And I'm trying to flip that. I mean, I know
Yeah.
I'm a little late to the game, but I just want to say, and as musicians, because the discipline, I mean, let's keep it really real for pianists and violists in particular, to even achieve this level at your craft, you have to be tough as hell.
We actually had to give ourselves the kind of discipline that is not made for some 15, 16-year-old girls.
No,
You know what
it's
I mean?
not.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to
Talk
make sure
about
we acknowledge
isolation.
that. Like, how many hours a week?
We've
Did
already
By
gone
yourself
through
in a
it.
room?
Yeah. At least it's better now because others are also feeling that isolation. We had to do it,
We did it
by
first.
ourselves when others are out there
Right. Right.
going to the mall and
Right,
whatever. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
I just want to make
Thank
sure
for
you
point.
get your credit for that. It's facts.
Big
But
fact.
this music making is really, really deeply moving. So thank you. Thank you. It is really just feeding my soul, and it is giving me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
What is your hope right now? What is keeping you wake up in the morning and just
Oh, easy. So my consultancy is becoming a firm. One of my good friends, it's going to be a Black woman-owned fundraising firm.
okay?
But
we're gonna put the link there.
But the magic, y'all, is that we are able to. Right now, we have 3 other Black women consultants working with us, and it'll be women of color. We're just bringing them in. I want to give them what I have. Right? We're working under a conscious capitalism model. Whereas we want to create investment that goes beyond the check. But like some of the benefits will make sure that they are able to make the wise financial decisions that we weren't given. Like my mom, we didn't know about, how to say, how to say we knew, but the other smart things, like how to let your money make money.
I get that point. Once I taught this 5-year-old and whose dad was like investment banker, and for his 6th birthday, dad gave this son like $1,000, which is nothing for the family, and have him invest.
I'm telling yes.
Yeah, that's
how they
the
do
thing.
it.
That is what we did not grow up with.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
right.
But and as for me as a single mom with this work, I could be at every soccer game. I'm hanging out with the other non-working moms like, yes, honey, I'm here too, boo. Like, my life and his life were largely uninterrupted because I had this option. And options are freedom, and I want to provide freedom and liberation. That's why I do what I do.
Beautiful.
I'm done.
Beautiful. That's it, Mike. We're gonna just end the show right here.
I know we're already over time. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, this is beautiful. Thank you for your work, because it's literally making the world a better place. What
I
about
hope
you,
so.
Robin?
I'm inspired. I just constantly am seeking inspiration, and it's everywhere. I look up, and this sounds so silly, but I love to look up and I see the little like dandelion wisps, and I call them sun fuzzies, and Samara and we go sun fuzzies, and I walk around like that, and I really feel that the more we can just enjoy being a child or enjoy our inner child, the more beautiful life becomes. So I don't think, I'm kind of a Toys R Us kid.
You better stay that way.
Right, yeah.
And I intend to stay that way. And this is one of those moments where I'm on a playground. I'm with my besties. We're hanging out. We're playing music. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to you, Grace, in particular.
Thank you, Grace.
For letting us be who we are and create art with you.
Well, let us be who we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let us be who we are.
do it.
Let us be no other person. and no pretending any other person than who we are. I think that is the hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, I want that journey too. I come from a culture with a lot of gotta be and this way and that way, and never even asked myself who am I really, who you know, what I really want to be. But I'm actually grateful for this country in that way, that's giving me that opportunity to look into myself and the motherhood and my friends. All of you are helping me to look into myself and find my true identity. You know, it's fuzzier sometimes, and sometimes it's clearer, and we're just kind of navigating through that, right?
But we're doing it together.
We're doing it together.
And you don't have to be perfect to be amazing.
Yeah,
We're all a beautiful mess.
Absolutely. We're just seeking
I
progress.
would say with all that power of raising kids and the businesses and and curing people, and
Hello.
I would say you guys are super women.
Oh Lord, it means we got to sing the song. Y'all haven't cut it off yet. Like it's not. I thought we would get dog on it. Okay, let's sing the song.
Let's do it.
I tried.
Like we're overtime.
It's like, oh well.
Where's my cape?
Everywhere I'm turning, nothing seems complete. I stand up and I'm searching for the better part of me. I hang my head from sorrow, slave to humanity. Wear it on my shoulders, gotta find the strength in me. 'Cause I am Superwoman. Yes, I am. Yes, she is. Still